I feel like every time a new Sonic game comes out and it isn't really, well, good, you can always count on finding quite a few people mentioning, hey, the game's kind of garbage, but the music's great. Sonic music is always good. Now, most of the time that's somewhat true. Take, for example, Sonic 06, a notoriously rushed, janky game with all the grace of a moldy shoe. It does indeed have a great soundtrack. Here, take a listen. Fantastic stuff right there. Shadow the Hedgehog, another game that many people think as a whole package is just plain old garbage. Me, I think it's fantastic, if not specifically for the music. Now, while I am joking around here, Shadow the Hedgehog does indeed have an absolutely voracious set of tracks, and Sonic 06 does have some undeniable smashes. Like the field scene. So if even the bad Sonic games have great music, does that mean that every Sonic game has good music? No, of course not. That would be silly. Sonic Boom, Sonic Chronicles, Sonic Shuffle, a lot of the Game Gear games. How do you make something that sounds like a seizure? Look, Sonic music isn't always pretty. Sometimes, yeah, it'll make you squeal with glee. But other times you want to change the options in Sonic Spinball. Let's take a moment and go all the way back to the very beginning. Sonic the Hedgehog, released back in 1905. I'm saying 1905 because despite watching possibly hundreds of Sonic videos mentioning the year it was released, I still, for the life of me, can't remember a single detail about it. The amazing thing about the music from Sonic 1 was that all the composer had to go on was pictures of the stages, and despite this, he still managed to create some tracks which sound great to this day, whether you're listening to the original or a cover from maybe someone like T-Lopes. Stop the game from being a bit of a mixed bag level design wise, but I'd say it evens out. Apart from Green Hill! I get it, it's Sonic the Hedgehog's first stage ever. I get it, the music's great, but for all that is crispy and crunchy, if I see Green Hill in another Sonic game, I'm gonna explode! Look, anything can get annoying once you see or hear enough of it. I'm sure you can all agree if you listen to something enough times you get sick of it. Anyhow, let's talk Sonic 2. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember many of the tracks from just straight memory. If you held a gun to my head and asked me to hum the tune to Aquatic Ruins, I'm as good as dead. But once I start playing again, oh, it hits me. Most of the tracks in this game are pretty dang good. Emerald Hill, Chemical Plant, Casino Night, Mystic Cave, and while they're nice by their own merit, as with Sonic 1, there's a bunch of really great covers out there too. I think what I'm trying to say here is that I really enjoy Sonic covers. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, now there's a smorgasbord of veritable tracks. Twice the levels means twice the music. Flying Battery, Mushroom Hill, Angel Island, Carnival Night, Ice Cap, Sky Sanctuary, Hydrocity. It's one word, eat a dick. Each of these tracks are so unique in their own way, but they're all quality stuff. And that's kind of where the Genesis era ends, really. I mean, you've got Sonic the Hedgehog 4 trying to replicate the Genesis sound chip. I can say pretty straight-faced that all of these games have great music, and for the time they had something that other games lacked, that is, a sense of spunk. Speaking of spunk, who is more than this fellow? Am I right? Dang, man, that's pretty radical. Sonic Adventure, I find this has some really weird mixes of styles, and I'm not just talking about the gameplay. Wham! Now, of course, I'm no expert in music, but I can say as someone who started this game up fully enjoying Open Your Heart and loving Emerald Coast, what the hell is up with the rest of the music? Not to say it's bad or anything, it suits the 90s radical dude Sonic quite well, but as someone who didn't play Sonic Adventure until I'd finished basically every other Sonic game, it's so weird. You've got tracks like Ice Cap, which sounds like it fit like into something like Metroid. Then there's like Red Mountain with that... What the hell even is this genre of music? Gangster? Lost World's weird as well. What a strange variation of tracks this game has. Once Adventure 2 rolled out, it settled down a bit and gave each character their own vibe. Sonic and Shadow have the energetic electric guitar, Knuckles and Rouge have their own special vocal tracks. I'm not sure exactly why a stoic loner like Knuckles has rap in his levels, but hey, it gave us Pumpkin Hill, so I ain't complaining. And Tails and Eggman have some great stuff too. Weird how the worst gameplay segment gave us some of the best music. Tails breaks into a military base to rescue Sonic. Man, he used to be cool as hell. That level has a great track. Mission Street is another great one, although I don't know if it suits the level's theme per se. Tails, on the run from the military. Warrants for his arrest posted everywhere. Roads crumbling, missiles flying, cop cars everywhere. What's the music? Well, it's not that. Yeah, baby. Running from the cops. Sonic Heroes! There ain't a single bad track in this goddamn game. I know it sounds pretty biased, but trust me, my nostalgia for this game is worn off at this point. I can see the flaws, alright? I know it's kinda janky, but holy crap, the music stays just as good every subsequent time I listen to it. Every single track suits its level perfectly, from Seaside Hill all the way down to Final Fortress. Team Sonic Racing tried to remix those two songs, actually, and while Seaside Hill sounds alright, I mean, it's hard to go wrong when you don't change all that much, but you get to Final Fortress and, well, just let me know which one of these sounds better in your opinion. What the hell is with the weird electronic bleeps going on? I mean, the remix wouldn't be that bad on its own, but compared to the original, it falls flat on its face. The Sonic Heroes version is my favorite track from that game. It's an incredibly climactic song. Right from the start, you just know that it's the final level. You really can't top that, in my opinion. Alright, let's stop jacking off Sonic Heroes for a moment and start jacking off Shadow the Hedgehog! You wouldn't really expect this game to have a varied track list going for it, but it's really not as generically edgy as you'd expect. Sure, there's a couple of tracks practically seeping with it, if that's what you're looking for. Almost dead, almost dead. And some that'll blow your eardrums out. How the hell do you make something like that? But there's a lot of variation here. Many of the tracks are pretty atmospheric, such as the ones aboard the Ark and the Gun Fortress or inside the Black Comet. And many of them would just fit right into another Sonic game, like Cryptic Castle, Digital Circuit, and Circus Park. There really are some incredible tracks here. If there's one thing you should take away from this video, if you haven't already, check out the OST. It's fantastic. But you know what else is fantastic? Listening to the Shadow the Hedgehog soundtrack on my Everyday E25s by Raycon, which I'm sponsoring this video. I don't do that though. I listen to Marlon say swim through all the rings on repeat. Swim through all the rings, 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 swim through all the rings. Yes, Marlon. In this vast sea of earbuds, it's hard to find ones with 6 hours of playtime, Bluetooth that actually works, a noise-isolating fit with more bass and a half the price compared to the competition. Oh wait, no it's not, they're right here! Oh no, an approaching wave! Whoa! Celebrities like Snoop Dogg and Mike Tyson really enjoy the Raycon earbuds. It's like, wow, they're just like me. Oh boy. But to be honest with you, I couldn't care less about celebrities. What I care about is whether the product works and works well. And also that there's nice colors to choose from. But where is the special swim through all the rings Marlin orange Raycon? Missing out on a gold mine right there. If any of this sounds good to you, go down to the description below and click on my link buyraycon.com/RadicalSoda. There's also a 45-day free return policy, so if something goes wrong, hey, no problem. For example, if they stop functioning because you're using them as an ore. Don't use them as an ore, that's not covered in the policy. That's right, everything's covered in the policy. This is clearly a joke. Do not destroy your earbuds and then try to get a return on them. What else is covered in the policy, you ask? Well, I'll tell ya! Maybe getting eaten alive by a giant fish while rowing in a canoe in the ocean? So then we have Sonic Unleashed. And to put it bluntly, Sonic Unleashed soundtrack is in a good way. If you had told me that there was going to be a Sonic game with music based on its cultural locations, I'd be, well, mildly interested. Mainly I'd be concerned for the lack of electric guitar, but damn, does Unleashed absolutely nail its soundtrack in every single way. Each area is based on a real-life location and uses instruments and commonly associated with them, but it still manages to create a myriad of tracks that sound so Sonic-like. Well, aside from when things slow down and the Hedgehog comes out to play. The main theme, Endless Possibility, I've kind of been neglecting the vocal tracks in this video because, well, let's be honest, everyone already knows they're all great, but I'm going to stop just for a moment to say the main theme fits perfectly, more so than any of the others I've covered so far. Well, maybe apart from Sonic Heroes, but that one just kind of shouts the name of the game a bunch of times, so it's cheating. The final boss on Unleashed, even if a little underwhelming gameplay-wise, still sets an incredibly climactic mood from the music alone, which is an orchestral version of the main theme. It's honestly the best final boss in any Sonic game so far, at least the most memorable. A truly magnificent send-off to big-budget Sonic games. From then on out, we've had lower budget Sonic games with bad writing and inconsistent quality, but the music has always stayed good for the most part. For the most part! Sonic Colors had completely different theming than Unleashed, but still kept that kind of, well, I mean, it's tough to say. Something like Aquarium Park really does suit, and it sounds like it's Asian-inspired. Just generically saying Asian, I know it's probably Chinese, but I don't want to point fingers in case I'm wrong. But the majority of it has like a very different style going for it. Each world has its own distinct theme with 3 versions of the same sort of track for each, kind of like in Sonic 3 or 4, whether it's Tropical Resort's energetic electrical spunk, Aquarium Park's relaxed piano, or Sweet Mountain's horns leaving you with a constant ringing in your ears. Each brings its own distinct flair into this bright and colourful game. The gameplay? But the music? Darn good stuff, especially that final boss. Sonic Generations is another game you can't really go wrong listening to. Most of it is quality stuff, aside from the Time Eater boss. Actually, weirdly enough, it's the original tracks in this game that are the weaker ones, and there's really not that many, just cutscene stuff, really. But at this point in time, Green Hill wasn't so overused that it was actually great to hear it as a modern track. Chemical Plant, Sky Sanctuary, City Escape was resung, Seaside Hill, which switches to Ocean Palace halfway through. The list goes on, they're all great tracks. The only ones I can say that didn't really leave a lasting impression were Crisis City and Planet Wisp. Like, come on now, those levels should have been Kingdom Valley and Tropical Resort. The 3DS version does actually have Tropical Resort, and it almost gets it right up until the synths come in and start to sound like an old printer. Then there's Sonic Lost World. Lost World... The weird thing about Lost World is that there's some genuinely great tracks here, but they're just not as great as the other Sonic games. Not to mention they're overshadowed by the vast amount of just the okay ones. None of them are bad, but like pick a random one out of the bunch and I mean... For every frozen factory, there's a tropical coast not far behind. I suppose you could say the soundtrack is kind of like the game itself. There are some interesting moments here and there, but golly gee, the rest is just kind of forgettable. Sonic Mania. Every single song in this game is great. If you object, you are wrong. That is all I have to say about that. You know what I said about Generations, where pretty much every song is great aside from the final boss? Well, you can apply the same thing here. Apart from this time, you need to flip it around. Lost World being a bit of a mixed bag I can handle, but Sonic Forces sucks ass! I know there are lots of people out there who like the Sonic Forces soundtrack, even think it's great. I know the majority of them especially like the Avatars levels themes. Those are the ones I hate the most! Let's be honest here, who's going out there saying that this soundtrack is the best from any Sonic game, huh? I even went looking for someone who thinks this. Even just a clickbait video would do. But the best anyone can muster up is a top 10. Let me guess! The final boss music and the 9 Green Hill stages! They can't even be bothered to spell the tracks correctly. What the hell is a fist bump? Even the game doesn't treat its own tracks with respect. Have you ever heard of this song? Probably not, because it's 40 seconds into a song where the section it's in only lasts 20 seconds. Then guess who butts in but good old Fist Bump. Look, I know I'm really harsh on this game, but it deserves it, okay? I mean, Jesus, man, like every time a new Sonic game comes out, we always try to see the bright side. Like, oh, sure, so Lost World threw everything from generations we liked into the trash, but hey, at least I tried something new. No! Sort it out, Sega! I don't want half-finished games, I want a good game! That's what I'm paying for! So let me know what you think of all these tracks and games down in the comments below. Please do. I know there's going to be a lot of different opinions down there, and a lot of opinions that are different from mine specifically. And I know what you're going to say. Stop bashing Sonic Forces, RadicalSoda! No, it's fun. Thank you to all my patrons for supporting me. You'll see them scrolling on a list probably here, I think. God, I'm gonna look stupid if that's the wrong side. If you want to be a part of that, there's a link in the description. You also get special artwork and stuff and 24-hour access to new videos as it goes up while I wait for it to be demonetized. And there's also a link to my streaming channel down there as well. We'll play a bunch of games. It's all going great. It's a lot of fun. So, you know, let me know if you want to see a Sonic Side Games music video. Like, there's a lot of games I skipped down on today, like the racing games and the storybook games and the handheld games. There's so many to cover. And with that, I am done here. If you don't mind me, I'm gonna go relax and listen to one of my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog soundtracks. Together. I wonder if he just goes forward all the way and falls off, and then I win. Wouldn't that be incredible? And just nobody's thought of this before. I feel like they didn't think about this. Maybe you just get a game over. Maybe he lands there and then you get a game over.